Hello, I'm Patricia McNeely from Twin Flame Body. How are you today? And I mean, how are you? Are you paying attention to you? Are you paying attention to some of the things you're noticing? In this video, I want to talk to you about emotional exhaustion. That's something that a lot of people are feeling. Now, mind you, it's not everyone. Some people have gone through one cycle of this. It's time for other people to go through it. And that's one of the odd things about this journey is that not everyone is going at the same speed. You have to remember that and be judicious about the things that you watch. I focus primarily on romance, romance through your body, feeling love through the body, and essentially the twin flame body, which is why my stuff is called Twin Flame Body. It's your twin flame body. And like it or not, your body will still make itself known in various ways. So I have a few things to talk to you about in this video and actually to ask you, like, how do you know? So first of all, are you feeling fatigued? Are you feeling exhausted? Are you feeling temperature changes in your body? You feel a bit cold or chilled? You feel hot? You feel like you broke a sweat? What's up with that? That has to do with your light body, and it has to do with getting you right sized, getting things balanced and corrected. There's only one other person in the entire universe that you are aligning with, and it is your true love. It's not the collective. It's not the group that you might have thought you were a part of. It's not even some of the people from the same group because they may be going at a different speed. They may be healing different things than what you're healing. And that's another question people ask. They say, why so much healing? I mean, really, are we ever done with the healing? Or do we ever get rid of it? Well, I want to clarify that for you. Number one, you're going into this knowing full well, because you know from a soul level that you're here to actually finish some things. Now, some people have started finishing things already. Some people are just starting up. This is going to involve a fair amount of dismantling. That's not comfortable because the things that have been set up, we set them up. We kind of set the way things are, except it's not working anymore. It doesn't work for a lot of people. You're outgrowing it. You can't fit in the boxes anymore. And it's tiring. It's tiring and exhausting to make yourself feel like this. So we're on the other side of some stuff now, but now it's for real. It really is for real because a lot of the ancient doors to ancient timelines, they're closed. They're just closed up now. So I want to talk to you about a little bit of some of this and ask you what you're feeling, okay? Are you feeling sort of a post-New Year back to reality hangover? Do things feel like a hangover to you? Do you have small little bits of a headache? Do you have chest heaviness? Do your lungs feel heavy? Do you just feel flat out exhausted, like you like to stay in bed? Do you lay in bed when the alarm goes off and you just say, I don't know how I'm going to get through the day. I'm pretty tired. Of course you're tired. You've been flying forever and boy, your wings tired. Ha ha. So that's actually not so much of a joke because the parts of you that have to support the upper part of you, like in other words, your wings, which a lot of people think like that's not a thing. It actually is a thing and you will feel it as a real part of yourself. If not now, then when you've cleared sufficiently so that you can. What about the exhaustion? Well, let's just take one thing that actually will become passe, running and chasing. If you're chasing and chasing and chasing, are you tired? Are you tired of it? Has it made you tired? Do you feel like you're the only one holding up some end of something? Yeah, it feels like that. What about running? Well, running and running and running and running and running and running, to a degree, you could tell yourself, I've been running the marathon. I should be at the finish line, except you're sort of exhausted. And I've already been through it. I've been through it in several cycles because this is what I teach. So what I'm teaching is not telling you about this. I'm teaching you how to get out of it. That is the essential thing that you need to know. You are getting your essentials back. What is essential? Your well-being, your heart energy, your emotional well-being, your stamina, your fortitude, your endurance, okay? Without having to repeat enduring the things of the past. Now, what else? Okay? Exhaustion and what I call spiritual fatigue. Spiritual fatigue means it affects the parts of you that actually have held some of your astral connections for your astral body, part of your ego connections to other people, because like it or not, the ego is actually how you've connected with other people. The ego is a smaller, subtle body, not the mind. We think of the mind as being the ego, and sometimes people say, oh, they're so egoic, they're up in their mind. That is not the ego. The ego has been like a little bubble to help you get along by yourself and, know things like, that that flower over there is poisonous or toxic. But this has gone on so long that some people cannot tell what is toxic for them, and they second guess themselves. And that brings me to another part of this, which is a pretty big thing for some people, doubt. Okay? Doubt. Now, you may find yourself doubting in various ways. What can you doubt? You might doubt that you're even here for this, except you're here and your body's going to let you know about it. That's the kicker here. You are not really getting away from this. You're in this already, meaning you've been swept in through the door, and it's both of you, it's your turn for different things, but different things that line you up. You're doing different things, or you're addressing different aspects, especially while in separation, so that it cuts the time in half. What else can you doubt? You might doubt your own strength. You might doubt yourself. You might doubt that you didn't give something enough of a chance. And I will firmly say that this whole journey is about second and third and fourth and fifth and 100 chances. But if it's with the wrong person, you Humpty Dumpty and all the king's horses and all the king's men will not put that back together again. You can't put back together something that isn't intended to be supported by your soul. And that's really what throws people off, because they'll say, well, there was a synchronicity. Synchronicities do not a heart connection make. Well, we found that we were able to be sexual with each other, but then the person disappeared. If there is not a true and genuine heart connection there that opens, and it just like, that does not a heart connection make. And nor will your soul support it, because your soul doesn't want you to get picked on, abused, taken advantage of, or any of that. Your soul is the one saying, hey, enough of this. We're going to shoo that person away and focus where you need to focus. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted with all the gobbledygook out there. Don't get distracted with the things that I think people have the impression that they have to learn this and this and this. Ancient history. And all it helped you was many times to commune with the astral level, not at a higher level. There is an entirely new level. And you can read about it in my books, because I have the premier collection of 5 books that will tell you so much more about the nature of who you are and about the twin flame journey. But not only that, what to do. This was one of the things that early on I kept saying, like, not only I was sort of saying it to myself, but it turns out I was saying it to myself, my twin flame, my higher self, some of the guides that I had at the time. And it was to say, hey, I can't just tell people like I'm reporting the news. I have to give them something to do. I have to come up with solid solutions. Well, I have them. They're in my books. This one in particular will help you with this time. It deals with ascension, it deals with sleep and love. Like, what is this really? Because love doesn't desert you, love doesn't abandon you. And what I'm talking about is, yeah, you could call it the energy of love, the supportive love of your other half who truly loves you. And that too is confusing and makes people doubt because they'll say, well, I can feel the person, but why do they keep drifting away? Pay attention to what you're feeling because you're answering your own question. But you can't just leave it there. You have to take the next steps to keep pulling you and your other together deep inside. This is right down to the little atoms in your body, your little God particles. So exhaustion and spiritual fatigue has a lot to do with the areas that surround your heart, the lungs, the tissues, the membranes. Are you feeling chest heaviness? Do you feel like you just can't catch your breath? Do you feel flat out exhausted and you wish some of this would just go away? Are you having skin eruptions, skin issues? Do you waver between feeling like I'm too tired to fight and I want to fight? I'm angry now. Okay, so to give you a little example, I'm going to pull an example from some stuff that happened. You might have someone who has had a child or several children, and everything was lovely during a certain time because we were zoned on giving each other gifts and having pleasant times and good times. But then, boom, all the family stuff came up, and one person was feeling it, and your children may feel some of this, and they may say things. They may have emotional outbursts. They may be angry. They may say things to you like, why was I born? Why you? Why do you exist? Why are you breathing? Oh, why are you breathing, Mom? I just really can't stand it. I'm your mother. You won't talk that way to me. Oh, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this family. Well, we still had you, and you're going to have to abide by our rules. And it's often running to the races, right? Because there is no, what's happening is beyond separation anxiety. They're actually separating, and she doesn't know what to do because that lovely little person is actually a big spirit who also is throwing out the past. And we sometimes don't give our kids credit for being the spiritual being that they are. So what does she do with this? It starts to internalize. And then she starts saying, my God, why didn't I use birth control? Why did I have children anyway? I don't really regret having a child, but boy, am I regretting my child. This is going off the rails. This doesn't look anything like family photos. And you can't go by surface stuff like that anymore. You can't go by, oh, well, we're one big happy family, because family stuff will come up. It just does. You're on a journey, but life still happens. You need to have all your new integrations of your light body. There's a 5-body meld that you will experience, and it's not all happening at once. Otherwise, you'd probably really explode. It happens gradually. And I'll just say this, one of the things that I've noticed is that on the good side, children will expel their stuff very, very rapidly. But just like anything, if they're vomiting right in front of you, step away. Don't sit there and let all the vomit pour onto you. And I talk about that in my books because I not only give you tools and tips and guidance and a lot of other things such as supplements, but I tell you how to get good rest. This is specifically my sleep book so that you are actually sleeping at another level. Are you getting woken up at 3, 4, 5 a.m.? That will cease at some point when you have finished with certain things. So I'm going to talk to you about what are those certain things. So you have Let's talk about some of what happens on the other side of your union. On the other side of your union, okay, you have someone who's going about their daily life. But what's really happening behind the scenes is he is being plunged again and again and again and again and again into sometimes the very murky waters of his past stuff and the emotions of it and why. What have we suppressed? And I say, lather, rinse, repeat. Let that person go. Sometimes it's all their childhood stuff. Sometimes it's the stuff that they don't want to show to the world. I mean, who wants to feel like they're crying all the time? But if someone opens to you and cries, encourage them to let that out, because you have no idea. I call that, rinsing off through the turbulent waters of the past. It's turbulent. Years ago, a lot of people would feel this like a washing machine, like they're getting tumbled in a washing machine on like the spin cycle. Okay. For the person experiencing it, it can feel like they're plunging in again. For a person on the other end, they can feel really exhausted. Like, what is all of this? What is all of this? Oh my goodness. But wait, there's more. So I have a little diorama here I want to show you. Actually, what I'll tell you about first is that I have a couple of things coming up. I have a twin flame body class that I'm starting for 4 weeks on the 8th, on January 8th at 9 a.m. If you join for 4 weeks. I'm going to go over basic stuff that you need to know for your twin flame body going forward, because it's very different. We're going to cover some of the stuff in my books. We're going to cover breath, diet, okay, using essential oils to make this easy for you, okay? This isn't intended to be something that is daunting for you. It's not going to be something that you're going to watch one video and get it like this. It's something that it takes practice and practice and practice and practice. You can get my book 3, Ascension, Sleep, and Love, which I just showed you. I have so many tips in there. Some people need life coaching. Some people do well with that, or they're ready for it. So come and join. I do entertain questions. You meet people. It's a safe venue. There is, nothing is off limits to talk about. And I give you very practical things to do, and people see results, which is why I'm teaching this. See my shirt? Mama Bear. I've been teaching people who graduate. I've had several people already get married. And I'm going to have some of them on to let you know so they can tell about it in their own words. But meanwhile, as another part, universally free to fly. This is a pre-recorded webinar that has quite a bit of information, and it has information about sacred sexuality. In other words, in here I talk about changes in your body to bring you to a higher level so that you are experiencing sacred sexuality. So whenever you're doing some of the things that I'm recommending, you do have experiences that pull your sexuality to you. It's not used out there in another relationship, propping it up. You can't anymore. You're not here to support some 3-way relationship and be depleted and be fatigued and exhausted. This is exhausting. And that's what people will say. They'll say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'll just focus on me. But where you need to focus is on your body. Your twin flame body is where to focus. You can't just go off on your merry way, because a lot of you are past the point of indulging in another soulmate relationship. It's just really not going to work, especially if you've already done some things. I mean, that's just straight up how this is. So these are some of the things, and I want to show you, and the links are below. So watch the links below, and you're going to be able to tell that this is something that is, you know, very specific. So here I have, let me put this over here. Okay, this is the baggage claim, because guess what? Ken and Barbie, or whatever their names are, they have brought themselves in from the old paradigm, okay? They've also brought their gifts. They brought their essential things. What is essential for you? It's time to gear up here and really focus on what is essential. This is beyond the law of attraction. What is essential for you? What are you creating? How are you maintaining? So here we have two people. Well, he's getting rinsed off. Here he is, and I'm saying he sort of tongue-in-cheek here. The masculine, not just men, it could be women too. And you have her, and she's looking around and she's saying, I need what's mine. I need my things. I need my stuff. I need what is essentially mine, and I need my twin flame. So what does she find? There's all these bags at the baggage claim. She doesn't want other people's baggage. Do you want other people's baggage? Do you want another soulmate that comes with their baggage and they just dump it on you? Are they looking for a mama? Are they looking for a mama for their kids? Have you had enough? Are you going to have a daddy? Are you going to, or do you want a partner? Because love is the new partnership. Twin flame love is the new partnership. So she needs to get her stuff. Oh, look, it is all handy dandy in here where it's in the blue thing. And she can take her stuff and go. This stuff, this is what we're doing through the portal, especially the Lionsgate. This is all the stuff. It's been brought here. It's been brought here by loving higher beings. Some of them are you. And there you go. Baggage claim number H. Please pick up your bags. You can't pick up other people's bags because it's their baggage. And in here is all the essential favorite things that they have brought from any place that they've ever loved, any place they've ever made love. Now, the journey from getting it to putting it on and bringing it home and bringing it all together and bringing the twin out of the turbulent waters, that is a process that does take a little bit of time, little bit of persistence, love, devotion. That's the one thing I find very remarkable about the people I work with. They're very, very devoted to themselves and love. And that is the ingredients that you need so that you can go ahead and be able to like promote the life that you want, the intimacy that you want, the sacred levels that you want. This is not a vulgar thing. This is not a debased thing. So if someone is degrading you, being condescending, hey, come and see me and really find out what this is all about, because you will have higher experiences when you start using my stuff. When you start using my method, my modality, this is all brand new. I mean, this is so new that even I couldn't believe how new it was. So the links are below. Join, get the book, reach out with a question. You can reach me at twinflamebody@gmail or twinflamesmerge@gmail. I look forward to seeing you. I've enjoyed meeting so many people from all around the world. Thanks so much and have a great day.